Now let us start with the next part of the set. Now I will explain you the concept of Venn diagram and operation on the sets. Now Venn diagram is a very simple concept which give you a pictorial expression for the sets, and it makes many operation very clear, and it's very easy to understand any problem when we try to understand it using the Venn diagrams. Okay, so what I can define or how I can define the Venn diagram? Venn diagram is basically a pictorial representation. Okay, it is a pictorial representation of sets. Usually, we take a rectangular set or we take a rectangle which is known as universal set, and it is represented by U. And the other sets in this universal sets A, B, and any other set which I say are represented by the circles. It is not hard and fast rule, but yes, it is used like that only. Okay, so now let us see few examples. Suppose I am saying A is equal to 1, 2, and B is equal to 7, 8. So how I can represent this in a Venn diagram? I'll take a universal set like this. Now since I have two sets A and B, A has 1 and 2 and B has 7 and 8. So this is a pictorial representation of the situation. A is equal to this, B is equal to this. Right? Now this thing when I make the sets in such a way that nothing is common in that, then they are known as disjoint sets, which I'll explain you when I'll tell about the operations in the sets. Okay, now suppose the second condition is, if I give you A is equal to suppose 3, 6 and 9, okay, and B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So now how I will represent this in the Venn diagram? I'll make one universal set first. Okay, now in this there is a set A which has 3, 6 and 9, and there is another set B which seems little bigger. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and A, this is B, and A has 3, 6 and 9. Since 3 and 6 are there in both the sets, that is the reason it is in the region where it represents both A as well as B. Later I will tell you that this portion is called the intersection. Okay, now third category is, suppose you have A is equal to 1, 2 and B is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So how you will represent this situation? You will take this. Now B being big, I'll write B. Okay. Now A is a smaller one. I'll put A like this, and 1 and 2. 0, 3 and 4. Right? Now consider one more situation. Suppose I have A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B is equal to 2 and 4. And C is equal to 1, 3, 5. So how you will represent? Now see, this is your universal set. Okay. Now there is a big set A which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then there is another set which is totally inside the A, which is B. It has 2 and 4. There is another set, small set, 1, 3, 5. So 1, 3 and 5. This is the set C. So this is the situation I have expressed. Right? So this is how we can represent everything in the Venn diagram. Now the next important concept which you need to understand is operations in set. Okay, operations in set or on set. Now what are the main operation which we can define on the sets? Operation simply like you talk about multiplication, division and all that. So in set, what are the type of operation we are going to study? Now the very first operation is union. Understand this concept. It is very important concept. Union is represented by A union B. Like this we write. Okay. And how I define this union? If A and B are two sets, then A union B is a set of all the elements which belongs to either A or B or both. Okay, so mathematically how I can write A union B is X such that X belongs to A or X belongs to B. Now this OR is very important. Always remember, whenever OR comes into picture, it means union. Okay, and there is one more very important concept you need to understand. If I say X belongs to A union B, implies X belongs to A or X belongs to B. If I say X does not belong to A union B, implies X does not belong to A and X does not belongs to B. Don't do the mistake of writing here or. Okay, this and is important when I am saying not belongs to. Now let us see how to represent this union in Venn diagram. Suppose I have a universal set like this. Okay. This is A and this is B. So A union B means this portion. Even if you have this shaded portion is your A union B. Even if you have the disjoint sets like this, A and B, then A union B means this. Okay, so this is how I can represent it by Venn diagram. Now, let us see one example. Suppose you have A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B is equal to 2, 4, 6. Now, when I write A union B, so start with any one set. I wrote 1, I wrote 2, I wrote 3, I wrote 4, I wrote 5. Compulsory all the elements will come. Now go to the another set. Now, first number 2 I have already written, so no need to rewrite it. 4 I have already written, so no need to rewrite it. But 6 is something new, so add. So now you see every element, it is either in one of them or it is in both of them. Correct? So finding out A union B is very easy. Now suppose A is equal to A, B, C and B is equal to A, E, I, O, U. So what will be A union B? So A union B will be A, B, C, E, I, O and U. And the same thing you can represent in the Venn diagram as well. Okay, how you will represent this first question by the Venn diagram? You will take this. Okay, excuse me for my drawing. Now I have A and B, correct? So now first always when you are drawing now, just check, do they have anything common? Yes, 2 and 4 are common. So remember that they are not disjoint. They are meeting like this. Okay. And in this common portion, you have to place 2 and 4 because 2 and 4 are in both the sets. Here it is B. And if you want to draw the A will have 2 already written, 4 already written. So 1, 3, 5. So here this is A union B. Correct? All elements coming together. Right? Now let's come to the second operation, which is the intersection. Now how to represent the intersection? See, intersection. Right? It is represented by A intersection B. Okay. Now how to define this intersection? If A and B are two sets, then A intersection B is a set which has all the elements which belong to A and B. Compulsory, it should be in both. So mathematically, how I can define A intersection B? It has the element X such that X belongs to A and X belongs to B. I can define for three sets also. Right? So it will have X such that X belongs to A and X belongs to B and X belongs to C. So it should belongs to all the three sets. Okay. Now when I am talking about the Venn diagram, how I can represent it in the Venn diagram? So this we have already discussed. If you have A and B. Okay. So this is the A intersection B. Okay. This portion is A intersection B. Okay. Now tell me what will be the value of A intersection B in this case? In this case, A intersection B is null set or a void set because there is nothing common in it. So always remember when I am talking about union, it is or. And whenever I am talking about intersection, it is and. This is very, very important. While doing the question, you will come across this and or, and that time you should not get confused. Okay. Now after this, we have the third operation, which is called difference of set. Okay. Now again, if A and B are two sets, then A minus B is X such that X belongs to A and X does not belongs to B. Okay. So I can say if A and B are two sets, then A minus B is a collection of all the elements which belongs to A and does not belong to B. Same way, if I talk about B minus A, it has all the elements X such that X belongs to B and X does not belong to A. Correct? So now how I can represent this on Venn diagram or by Venn diagram? Let us try to do it. Now if I want to represent A minus B, this is elements of A, right? This is A. Suppose this is B. So A minus B is what? All the elements of A which are not in B, means this portion. And obviously when they are disjoint, it will become whole A. Correct? So this is very simple. So this lining is the A minus B. Okay, this is A minus B. If I ask about B minus A, then this portion, dotted portion is B minus A. Now here, there is one more thing called the symmetric difference. And it is represented by this. Okay, now what exactly is a symmetric difference? So symmetric difference of A and B is equal to A minus B intersection B minus A. So now tell me what is the intersection of this and this? Nothing is the intersection, right? So what I can say basically कि X belongs to A symmetric difference B implies X does not belongs to A minus B. Sorry, X does not belong to A intersection B. Okay, though it is not there in your NCRT, so there will be no questions on this. Just for the sake of telling, I told you. Okay, now come to the next concept, which is called the difference complement. Now, what exactly is a complement? Now, if A is any set, okay, if A is any set, then, and also U is universal set, then A complement is nothing but universal set minus A. In Venn diagram, if I want to represent this, I can say if this is A, so this is A complement. So if I say that an element belongs to A complement, it means that it does not belongs to A. As simple as that. Understood? So these are the basic operations on the sets. Now these basic operations satisfy certain properties, or they are also known as laws of algebra. So now I'll tell you what are laws of algebra on sets, or what are the properties. Okay. Now this concept is again very easy. The very first law is idempotent law. Now what is this idempotent law? It is defined on A. Okay. So A union A is equal to A, which is very obvious. You can draw the Venn diagram to understand this. Same way, A intersection A is equal to A. Means there is an operation between a set to itself. That time we call it idempotent law. The second law is identity law. Now identity law means same as you study in normal numbers. See, when I talk about addition, 0 is the additive identity. Why? Because if you add 0 to any number, you will get the same number. Same way in multiplication, 1 is the multiplicative identity. When you multiply any element by 1, you get the same element. So identity means the identity remains same. For example, now when I am talking about the union and intersection, tell me if I take union of A with a null set, what will be the answer? Obviously A. Correct. Same way, if I take intersection of A with the universal set, what I will get? A. Now here, this is not a law, just for your understanding I am asking you, what will be A intersection null set? So what will be A intersection null set? So there is nothing. So it will be null set only. Okay, because I need a common thing. On the other hand, if A union null set, if I do, it is A. Correct? So this is the identity law, this and this. Okay, I'll put this to avoid the confusion. Correct? After identity law, there is a law which you already know, which is the commutative law. You have defined this in multiplication, you have defined this in addition. Now, A union B is equal to B union A. Same way, A intersection B is equal to B intersection A. Very simple. Okay. Same way you have studied associative law. So same way I'll apply A union B union C is equal to A union B union C. Change of brackets only. Same for intersection. Okay. Now after associative law, you have the law which are based on the complement. What are those laws? The first law is the complement law. Which says A union A complement is equal to whole universal set. Very simple. You can understand this using the Venn diagram. This is A. And what is A complement? The outside portion. So what is the union of this A and the outside portion? Full universal set. Same way, A intersection of A complement is equal to null set. Right? Then you have the next one, double complement. Now what is double complement? A complement is equal to A. Very simple. If you don't understand, draw the Venn diagram. This is A. A complement is outside portion. So this is A complement lining. Okay. So what is the complement of lining portion? This plain portion. And what is this plain portion? This is A. So done. Okay. Then you have seventh one. Law of empty set and universal set. That is, if null set complement I take, it will be a universal set. If universal set complement I will take, it will be a null set. Now after this you have the most important law, which is known as De Morgan's law. Which is most important. Now what is De Morgan's law? Under De Morgan's law we speak about two laws. First is A union B complement is A complement intersection B complement. And second one is A intersection B complement is equal to A complement union B complement. Okay. Now you can do the proof of all this. Usually they don't ask, maximum they ask for the De Morgan's law. Okay. So I will show you how to prove De Morgan's law. Before starting that, I'll tell you the process. How we are going to move. Please understand, when I told you about what are the equal sets, I told you A is equal to B if A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A. So whenever you want to prove that two sets are equal, you have to prove that they are subset of each other. And how to prove that A is a subset of B? To do this, what is a working procedure? Clear the flowchart in your brain. Take one element over here and prove that that elements belongs to other set. The moment you say if randomly you are taking any element of this and it is coming in this, means A is a subset of B. Same way I will do for this. So every proof will, when I am proving two sets are equal, it has to go in two parts. First part, A is a subset of B, and second part, B is a subset of A. Correct? So now let us do the proof of De Morgan's law. And you have to keep in mind the basic definition of union and intersection. Okay? So let us start with the first one. The first one I will write proper systematically as you should write in exam. The second one I will just explain you. Okay? So how I will prove? First, given. What is given? A and B are two sets. Okay? To prove. What you have to prove? You have to prove A union B complement is equal to A complement intersection B complement. Means you need to prove that A union B complement is subset of, first thing you will prove, A complement intersection B complement, and second part you will prove A complement intersection B complement is a subset of A union B complement. So I will start now proof. Okay, part 1. Part 1 is what? I need to prove A union B complement is a subset of A complement intersection B complement. So let X belongs to A union B complement. The moment I said कि X belongs to A union B complement means X does not belongs to A union B. That is the reason it came into the complement. Correct. And now if you go back to the definition of union, what I told you, if X belongs to A union B, what is the meaning? And if X does not belong to A union B, what is the meaning? Right? You can scroll up and you can see the definition so that it will be registered in your mind that when I am talking about union, when X belongs to A union B means X belongs to A or X belongs to B or to both. when X does not belong to A union B. So X does not belong to A and X does not belong to B. Usually students do the mistake, the moment they see this, they put here OR. That is a common mistake. So that you need to take care while doing the questions or derivation. So the moment I said कि X does not belong to A union B means X does not belong to A and X does not belong to B. Okay, means X belongs to A complement and X belongs to B complement. Now there is an element which is sitting in A complement as well as in B complement. Means what? X belongs to A complement intersection B complement. Right? So I started by taking one element here and I reached that element is here. Means A union B complement is subset of A complement intersection B complement. Part 1 over. So now I will do part 2. Okay. Now what is part 2? Let X belongs to A complement intersection B complement. What does it mean? X belongs to A complement and X belongs to B complement. Little bit always take care कि you have to reach to union. Okay. Because you have to reach here. So union will come. And sometime if you get stuck, you can start in reverse also. Just a trick if you get stuck in exam. Now when I'm saying X belongs to A complement and X belongs to B complement means what? X does not belongs to A and X does not belongs to B. Okay. Now if X is not, now again apply the reverse of union. If X is not in A and X is not in B means X does not belong to A union B. Implies X belongs to A union B complement. So what I got? If I call this 1, I got A complement intersection B complement is a subset of A union B complement. This is 2. So from 1 and 2, A union B complement is equal to A complement intersection B complement. Hence proved. So this is how you should represent completely in exam. Now let us do the second part. Second part I will not write everything. I will just show you how to do it. Okay. So now my question is A intersection B complement is equal to A complement union B complement. Okay, again I will show that this is a subset of this and then this is a subset of this. So part 1, let X belongs to A intersection B complement. Means X does not belong to A intersection B. If X does not belongs to A intersection B means what? Means X does not belongs to A. Okay. Or X does not belong to B. Right? Means X belongs to A complement or X belongs to B complement. It means X belongs to A complement union B complement. Simple. So first part is done. Now let's come to the second part. First part has given me A intersection B complement is a subset of A complement union B complement. Now the second part reverse. Let X belongs to A complement union B complement. Means X belongs to, you have to put like this, implies X belongs to A complement or X belongs to B complement. Right? So implies X does not belong to A or X does not belongs to B. Now if X does not belong to A or X does not belong to B means what? X does not belong to A intersection B. Okay. So X belongs to A intersection B complement. Hence proved. Right? Here you have proved that A complement union B complement is a subset of A intersection B complement. So this is first equation and this is second equation. So from first and second we got the answer. Right? So these were the simple properties and the simple operations which we can define on the set. Now in my next video I will be doing the question based on these properties so that the concept is more clear. Thank you.